Welcome to this edition of County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the next half hour, MD 200, the Inter-County Connector, is dedicated to a former Maryland governor. Plus, 17,000 backpacks with school supplies are gifted to MCPS students in need. And later, we take you to the Montgomery Hispanic Gala, where 65 students from diverse communities received the Maryland Achievement Scholarship. But first, there's a new campaign that cracks down on landlords, poor living conditions, and code violations for the thousands of residents who rent property here in Montgomery County. And officials want to educate those tenants about this new law that protects them. Susan Kennedy has the story.
Renters have rights. That's what county leaders want the thousands of residents who are tenants to know. The campaign kicked off at the Pooks Hill Tower in Bethesda.
It's really something that is very, very, very important to our county.
And it's the result of recent legislation passed by the council that steps up housing inspections and tenant advocacy. Legislation that was years in the making.
This is what matters with legislation. It's one thing to pass a law. It's another thing to talk about a law. It's another thing to actually go sit down and do the work to make it happen.
It is incumbent upon county government and all levels of government within and around this region to provide safe and adequate housing for all of our residents.
The updated law enhances code enforcement by requiring every multifamily dwelling be inspected every 2 years. Those results will be used to put together a list of problem properties that will be inspected on an annual basis.
The inspection program is pure gold. If we go through this county, we do all the buildings, we focus on the older ones and the ones with the most violations, we can bring this housing stock up to a level of decency that it has not been at in many, many years. And once it's there, we can keep it there.
The Renters Have Rights campaign directs tenants to call 311 if they have complaints or questions about their properties. The advice is free and confidential.
This is a great day for Montgomery County's 300,000.
Councilmember Tom Hucker is one of the co-sponsors of the bill.
Breaking news, a massive fire in Maryland taking down an apartment complex.
Last summer's fatal explosion at the Flower Branch Apartments was in his district.
For too long, we've been hearing about a lot of severe problems in our aging housing stock, and no one in Montgomery County should have to put up with mold and mildew, with rats and roaches, and too often we don't hear from our tenants. So I'm really confident that this three-pronged approach, making sure our tenants know that they have rights, making sure they know they can call 311 to bring those problems to the county government, and making sure that we have the housing inspectors on the ground to get into these problem properties. I'm really confident that's going to improve the lives of thousands of people in Montgomery County.
For more information on the Renters Have Rights campaign, visit the county's Department of Housing and Community Affairs website. In Bethesda, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Maryland Governor Larry Hogan dedicated Maryland's Inter-County Connector, the ICC, Route 200, to former Maryland Governor Bob Ehrlich. During a ceremony next to the toll road, the current Republican governor praised the former Republican governor for his leadership in getting the East-West Highway under construction.
But over the decades, plans for the ICC started and stalled countless times. But it wasn't until Governor Bob Ehrlich made it a top priority of his administration that the Inter-County Connector project finally moved forward and became a reality.
Lots of Democrats and Republicans came together to get this done over long odds, against long odds, over 60 years really at the time. As Governor Hogan said, I also want to thank President Bush and Secretary Mineta.
The 17-mile ICC was under planning since the 1950s. Maryland's Task Force Rescue Team is back home after helping Hurricane Harvey victims. My MC Media's Mitty Hicks has more.
If my family was in a situation that they were on a roof of a house or they were trapped in their house and they couldn't get through the water, I'd want someone to get there quickly.
Monty Finch is the team leader for Maryland's Task Force 1, which is FEMA's urban and search rescue team based here in Montgomery County. He's just come home from helping Hurricane Harvey victims.
Maryland Task Force 1 took a total of 6 boats. We took 2 inflatable boats. We use these for swift water. We also use them as the guys are in the water helping the heavy axle vehicles go in to determine where the road is in case anything happens to us.
Maryland's task force worked with others from across the country to help people in Texas evacuate from their homes.
Just being there for the community, the fact that they know when they go to bed at night, if the water rises, which we had areas that it did do that, and they had 911 calls in the middle of the night, we're able to get up and go assist them.
Now that some crew members are back, the next step is to get this equipment serviced and quickly as they prepare for Hurricane Irma. 4 crew members from Maryland's task force who are in Texas didn't quite make it home, and they're now en route to Alabama as Hurricane Irma makes landfall.
They almost made it back to Virginia last night and were redirected by FEMA to Alabama.
In Rockville, I'm Mitty Hicks for County Report This Week.
And in case you're wondering what a water rescue entails, Maryland's Task Force 1 Assistant Leader Monty Fitch takes us behind the scenes at Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Headquarters in Rockville.
Maryland Task Force 1 took a total of 6 boats. We took 2 inflatable boats. We use these for swiftwater. We also use them as the guys are in the water, helping the heavy axle vehicles go in to determine where the road is in case anything happens to us. The swiftwater boats are there to save us. On here we have our own gear and equipment, which allows us to have dry suits on so we aren't exposed to the water and what is in the water. We have victim PFDs or civilian PFDs, so if they need assistance, anytime we operate with them, pull them out of a house, we put a civilian PFD on them. We have throw bags. This is used in the event that one of us falls in the water or there's someone stuck somewhere, we can throw a bag to them. We can also throw a life ring to them, such as this. We also have ladders that are right here that it can extend, so they're nice and compact for our boat, but then we can extend them, so if we need to get up to a house or down over a fence, anything like that, we can use the ladder to get to those people.
And they're safe in the water if you ever have to?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And then we also have the wooden poles in there, and what those are for is to measure the depth, but they're also used to, as we walk through the water, since we can't see what obstacles are there, if there's a hole in the road, or if there's a hole in the ground, if there's a electrical box that's sticking up, anything that's in our way, a mailbox, we'll feel it before we run into it. The other 4 boats that we have stacked on top of each other are a flat bottom John boat, and those are for flat water, still some moving water, but not the swift water, and we'll use those to access the communities that we went into to make sure that the people are okay if they need assistance, how many people are in the community. That way if the water rises, we can go back and help get those people out or get them out at the time that we're there. A lot of times with the flat bottom boat, because of the weight capacity, we'll get out, we'll walk next to the boat and allow the civilians to be in the boat out of the water with the civilian PFDs on.
How many civilians can one boat fit, like people?
It kind of depends upon the situation. There is a weight limit on the boat, but we're generally able to take a family out of their structure and remove them. We have to put them at a drop-off point and then come back and get another family out.
Coming up next on County Report This Week, we sit down with County Executive Isiah Leggett, and he addresses proposed legislation to increase the minimum wage in the county. And we get to hear from city officials, the state of Rockville. Those stories and more when we come back. Stay with us.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Amazon, an electronic commerce and cloud computing company, announced they are planning to open a second headquarters in North America and are looking for a city to host it. The second headquarters is expected to employ 50,000 employees, and state leaders are sending in their proposals to the company, including Governor Larry Hogan.
The sales pitch is Maryland's a great place to do business. We've changed the entire economy. We went from losing businesses and jobs to gaining businesses and jobs. We're in the heart of the Mid-Atlantic region, which is an excellent location. Overnight direct trucking and rail to 1/3 of the U.S. population. We have #1 port on the East Coast, #1 airport in the metropolitan region. It's a great place to do business. We're cutting taxes, regulations, fees. It was the best year for business in 15 years, best year for job growth in 15 years, and our overall economic performance went from 49th out of 50 states to #7 in the country. We've had the greatest economic improvement of any state in the nation. Pretty good pitch.
In Rockville, the mayor and the city manager team up to discuss the economic state of the city. Rock 11 Now's Kathy Dantzler has more.
The state of Rockville's economy is strong and growing. That's the message from Mayor Bridget Donald Newton and City Manager Rob DeSpirito.
We're growing in a great way. Some of the things that we're doing to work together with the Chamber and Ready in terms of business incentives, that'll be coming to the Mayor and Council next month. Those are the things that we can do that say we are open, welcome, ready for business, and that's what we want to be.
It's a very diversified economy, and there's been a long history of strong economic development and a great business sector. Anything from a mom and pop to a major corporation, they really hit it hard every day. I've been very impressed with what I've seen since I've come.
This event was coordinated by the Rockville Chamber of Commerce as a way for local officials to have a conversation with area business owners and residents about the future of Rockville.
Come participate, send us your comments, testify, tell us what we can do that will help you.
One of the things we've done recently as an example of this is the building department hosted for lack of a better word, a listening session. We invited a lot of our known customers to come to City Hall one morning, and they spent about 3 hours just downloading comments to our chief building official. And it was, I can't tell you how valuable that was.
Making sure that Rockville has a healthy economy and is welcoming to businesses, both big and small, is an ongoing task, but this discussion is definitely a step in the right direction.
Rockville has incredible assets. We're centrally located. We have the county government here. We have a very strong city financial situation. But we're growing population-wise, and we always have to be welcoming to businesses that provide jobs, that provide services, that provide opportunities, and I think we do a pretty good job of getting it right.
For County Report This Week, I'm Kathy Dantzler.
And this week we sat down with County Executive Isiah Leggett to film the monthly show One-on-One. He talked about the reintroduced legislation by Council Member Mark Elrich to increase the minimum wage in the county to $15 per hour by 2022. According to the executive, Montgomery would be the only jurisdiction in the state with such minimum wage, and this could potentially place the county at a competitive disadvantage.
I think the question that we have here is to look very carefully at some of the things that I raised before. One, I think to some degree it does place us at a competitive disadvantage because we will be the only jurisdiction in the state of Maryland and only one in this region other than the District of Columbia going that high. Secondly, we have a fairly high minimum wage already exists in Montgomery County that's well above the national average. Thirdly, you have to think about what happens with our young employees. Think about what happens to the nonprofits in Montgomery County because the county helps to subsidize many of the nonprofits, and we are in fact providing much of the resources that will help them to meet that minimum wage. And of course, we have to think about workers who are coming into the field for the first time, young workers, small businesses as well. And so if it is possible for us to get something that addresses all of those concerns, it may be possible for us to increase the minimum wage.
You can watch this entire episode of 101 on County Cable Montgomery or on the county's YouTube page. Coming up next on County Report This Week, it was a grand celebration at the Fillmore during the annual Montgomery Hispanic Gala. We take you there. And thanks to the generosity of many, thousands of MCPS students received free school supplies. Stay with us. County Report This Week. We'll be right back.
Introducing Ride On Extra, coming to Route 355, fall of 2017. The bus with less stop and more go. Regular Ride On service has 80 stops between Lake Forest Transit Center and the Medical Center Metro Station. Ride On Extra has 85% fewer stops. Plus, Ride On Extra is all about the extras. Free Wi-Fi, USB charging ports, real-time info displays, and runs every 10 minutes. It's Ride On Extra. Less stop, more go.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Thousands of Montgomery County Public School students received a few things to help them get the school year started. MCPS TV has a story.
Now in its 5th year, the MCPS Give Backpacks campaign provides students in need with many of the school supplies necessary to start the school year successfully. This year, more than 17,000 backpacks will be distributed to students in 82 schools.
These backpacks are going to give students the opportunity to come to school prepared to learn, and also it reduces the stress from parents from having to go out and purchase additional materials in preparation for school.
The campaign goal is to ensure that as many students as possible receive these critical school supplies as they begin the school year. The backpack distribution targets Title I schools where the greatest number of students qualify for free and reduced meals, which is an indicator of poverty.
It puts the kids on an even field. It makes them ready. They don't have to worry about who has what when they arrive to school or feeling inadequate. They feel ready to start. They get their backpacks before school actually starts, like here at an open house or orientation. So when the first day comes, they're arriving to school with their backpack.
The success of this campaign this year is possible thanks to the financial support of sponsoring organizations such as the Educational Foundation Credit Union, Kids for Kids, Montgomery College, and many others, as well as individual contributions by members of the community.
What I like about my backpack is that it has my favorite color on it, and it's big for all my stuff that I had to put inside it. I love my backpack.
The 8th Annual DC South Asian Film Festival is back at the Montgomery College Rockville campus for the 2nd year in a row. MC's Jesudian Cruz has a story.
Woo! Montgomery College rolled out the red carpet for the DC South Asian Film Festival on Rockville's campus. Producers, directors, and stars of the film presented throughout the 3-day festival were all on hand for the opening night kickoff.
We just come up with our own stories. We have our own equipment. We make our films. We try to better ourselves. We all have come to Montgomery College to take courses, learn few things, gone back and tried to make films, and this is one of the products that we are showing.
Well, I'm very excited because it's the DC premiere. The film has been shown in other parts of the U.S., but it's the first time it's come here. So I'm excited to see what people think of it. It's only 1 hour long, so I hope people make the effort to come.
This is the 2nd year Montgomery College was host to this event, showing films in 2 locations on campus and conducting workshops and panel discussions for attendees.
Montgomery County is known for its diversity. The college is known for its diversity. So this is another addition to their cultural diversity platform that, people learn about different cultures through films.
If you look at movies that are being presented here, they represent global issues and they offer a global solution to those issues.
The film looks at how rural landscapes in other parts of the world are transformed by transnational migration, where a lot of the agricultural sector is collapsing and there are not a lot of jobs and opportunities. So what's left behind? So what happens to essentially a village in the absence of men? So that's kind of the themes that my film explores.
The film is about Islamophobia and racism, not just in the USA but around the world.
In these trying times when power seems to be the ultimate aphrodisiac, we need more poetry, we need more art, we need more cinema, and we need more people willing to speak to the power.
For County Report this week, I'm Justinian Cruz.
Last week's Montgomery County Executive Hispanic Gala kicked off Hispanic Heritage Month in style. Montgomery College Television has a story.
This year, the Montgomery County Executive Hispanic Gala celebrated diversity, community, and the future at the Fillmore in Silver Spring.
The gala is an opportunity to celebrate the kickoff of Hispanic Heritage Month in Montgomery County and Maryland in general. And we take this opportunity to honor 3 people in our award ceremony that have contributed a lot to this community.
Montgomery College professor and counselor Evelyn Gonzalez Mills was honored as Educator of the Year.
I'm very grateful to the Scholarship Committee for selecting me for this award.
She was nominated by Carla Silvestri.
She's a really a true public servant, really committed to students and helping her neighbors, no matter who they are. So she has a really big heart and very committed to education.
I feel that is a responsibility. I don't think it is a choice. I think we have to care about the greater community, whether it's locally or, in the world.
Also recognized were Police Chief Tom Manger and Teresa Wright from Montgomery County Public Schools.
We are blessed to have so many outstanding citizens who've contributed so immensely to what we enjoy in this great county. And so their leadership, their contribution, and the hard work that they've accomplished over the years is being recognized here tonight.
Additionally, 65 local students from diverse backgrounds were honored with scholarships from Maryland colleges.
We need to encourage our young people to continue. This is their home, and we're going to support them.
This scholarship they are receiving will make a difference to move them closer to their goal. And once they get their education, nobody can take it from them.
For County Report this week, I'm Francine Wyron in Silver Spring.
This week in the county's Spanish language radio show, we talked with James Doe, Director of the Office of Human Rights. He gave details on how county residents can receive funds for compensation when they become a victim of a hate crime.
But the first and most important thing is call the police. Call 911. If you think it's less of an emergency, then call 311 and get in contact then with the police that way. Ultimately, you'll get to our offices, and one of the things we'll be talking about on this coming Sunday is the Partnership Fund. This is a fund set aside by County Council that allows persons to file claims if they are victims of hate crimes in Montgomery County and somehow or another suffer some sort of loss. As an example, if somebody has a car that gets their tires punctured or their car keyed, as an example, out of an act of hate or intimidation, they can come to our offices and apply for funds that might reimburse them for that damage.
It is important that residents report hate crimes either with the police or the Office of Human Rights. For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/human rights. Coming up next on County Report this week, did you try any new dishes during the Silver Spring Tacoma Park Restaurant Week? We'll show you how some people participated. And the 14th Annual Silver Spring Jazz Festival was once again a total success. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Interested in career success? Get to Montgomery College and we'll get you going. You can earn an associate's degree in only 2 years. With 3 campuses, award-winning faculty, and multiple online learning opportunities, Montgomery College will empower you to set your course and succeed. Want to pursue a bachelor's degree? If you start at MC, you can save 1/3 on total tuition costs of a 4-year program. Apply today.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going.
Recycle more now. Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Residents got to participate in the 3rd annual Silver Spring Tacoma Park Restaurant Week. It was a 6-day celebration that highlighted a variety of delicious fine dining options available in Silver Spring and Tacoma Park areas. Take a look.
This is the 3rd annual Restaurant Week. It's something that we started in my office 3 years ago. You know, Silver Spring and Tacoma Park are home to some of the best restaurants in the whole metro area, but to me, they don't get enough attention. Some of the folks are small businesses, employ most of the workers in the metro area, and they don't get enough help. A lot of them are operating on the margins, but this isn't as much about economic development as about telling a story that we have such great restaurants here, and people need to get out and not just support them, but try new things.
Each year it has grown and got more and more excitement. I know it gives people an opportunity to really check out their local restaurants, be invited in to try to sample some of the new dishes. It's a great week just to get out of the house and try new things, so I really enjoy it myself.
We want people to kind of get out of their comfort zone and try a lot of new things, and they're going to be very, very happy.
For more information, go to sstprestaurantweek.com. And thousands of residents gather at Veterans Plaza in downtown Silver Spring for the 14th Annual Jazz Festival. This year's festival included performances from the Jazz Academy of Music, internationally known local artist Marcus Johnson, and headlining the event, the Laotizer Band.
Well, it's a wonderful event. It's a highlight of the summer. It comes at the end of the summer almost, and it brings a large number of people together, families. It reflects the great diversity we have in Silver Spring and throughout Montgomery County. It's great entertainment on top of that. So we are delighted with the tremendous turnout we have here tonight, and it continues to grow and reflects a great deal about Montgomery County.
You may want to participate in Car Free Day. That's happening on Friday, September 22nd. This is a worldwide movement to celebrate sustainable transportation. Everyone is encouraged to go green and go to work by walking, biking, carpooling, transit, or even teleworking. Car Free Day is intended to fight traffic and help the environment. For more information, go to carfreemetrodc.org. And with that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. We leave you today with more sights and sounds from the Silver Spring Jazz Festival. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.
Here's your chance to save money and help the environment. Bring your reusable bag when you shop and you'll save 5 cents for every store bag you don't need. Retailers in Montgomery County charge 5 cents for the plastic or paper bags they provide. Why? Because plastic bags are the biggest single source of stream and waterway litter, causing pollution and flooding. And every year, Montgomery County spends $3 million on cleanup. So do yourself and the environment a favor. Bring your reusable bag when you shop. You'll fight litter and keep the change.